Basically, I guess I'm going to start with presenting the document I have. For all delegates, we are now going to have like a little introduction to the Model United Nations. What is the Model United Nation in general, or the MUN? So the MUN is basically a simulation of the real United Nations, where all of the participants, we call them delegates, take on the roles of diplomats representing countries or organizations. So these like delegates like work together in a committee that we're having. As you guys see, we're having like two different committees. We have the UN HRC, and we have the ECOSOC, and we have like a lot more, but we just decided to have like only these two in our conference because we wanted to make it like a beginners level, and we also wanted to give like the chance for first timers. So as we said, like all of these delegates like work together in these committees, and by the way, these delegates will be judged by a judge. What we call it in the MUN language is a chair, CHAIR, a chair. So the chair basically is the one that it's going to take the control of the whole sessions. So basically, what we have in the Model United Nation, we have position papers, which is a pre-submitted paper. It's a paper that needs to be submitted like before the conference. So all of you delegates like need to submit it like before the conference, and it's just like a paper when you generally talk about the agenda. So, as we said, these delegates are going to discuss these different topics that we mentioned in the site, and these position papers are literally a generalized like ideas of these like agenda topics. So, if you're a first timer and you be like, what is the agenda, right? So basically, the agenda is the topics. These topics here. So, as we mentioned before in our committee, we have like two different committees. We have the UN HRC and we have the ECOSOC. So basically, the UNHRC is the United Nations Human Rights Council, UNHRC, which is a UN body responsible for promoting and protecting human rights around the world, which is comprising 47 member states, and it addresses the human rights violation, conducts, review of countries like records, and supports like global efforts for justice, equality, and dignity. And the council like plays a key role in raising awareness and also providing recommendations and fostering dialogue on critical human rights issues. That's like the really like summarized like definition. And here we go like to the ecosoc. The ecosoc is basically the economic and social council. It is one of the six main organs of the United Nations, the real United Nations, and it is responsible for coordinating the economic, social, and related work of 15 specialized UN agencies. It provides also a forum for discussing global economic and social issues, formulating policies, promoting international cooperation, and also ECOSOC's role includes addressing issues like sustainable development, poverty, education, health, and it also works closely with civil society organizations to implement the UN's broader goals. So these were like the introductions of our committees. So let's move to the second point. Understanding the MUN procedure. I'm gonna pass on this one because I'm providing you guys with some documents about the procedures that we're following. So basically, debate formats in the MUN conferences. So basically, in the normal UN United Nations like procedures, like I'm talking about the normal ones, we have two formats in debating, right? So we have an organized one, which is called the moderated caucus, and we have an unorganized one, which is called an unmoderated caucus. It's all on Google, guys. It's not that complicated, and I know that I'm talking a lot, and I know like that it sounds like really complicated, but trust me, it's not. It's really not. It's really easy. you will just like get used to it. Like we all started like from zero, and we all like didn't know like the procedures and stuff, and we all like went through like embarrassing like moments and stuff. So as I said, guys, just relax and have fun, because it's like at the end of the day, it's not like the end of the world. So yeah. So we talked about the moderated caucus, and we said it's organized debating format. So what is the unmoderated caucus then? Basically, it's unmoderated caucus. Basically, it's an unorganized like like format. You guys are going to have debate in a unorganized like way. So you guys are going just to talk like randomly, like you guys are just going like to chill, to talk like normally, for like a certain like amount of time that the chair will give you, or like the chair will give you, or like the time like decided by the motion that was raised. So yeah, these like are the only like debating like formats, and we have like some others, but they're so, research in your country. I guess like that's the most important thing from the whole from the whole conference and the whole experience, is doing the research of your country. So basically, if you're assigned Germany in the UNHRC, you need to know what Germany's policies are. You need to know what your country's policies are on these agenda topics. So I'm gonna tell a story that happened to me. I already like told your friends who attended like the morning session. I already told them like my story. But I want to like retell you guys, so you can get the moral of it. So basically, in my very first MUNs, it was an offline like MUN. I was representing like I guess Yemen, if I'm not mistaken, or Afghanistan, like something like that. So basically, in the RC, and I guess the topic was defending like women's and the violation like against women and stuff. So in my speeches, and I would like in my speeches in my debating, I was defending the women's right. I was like they don't have the right like to beat women. I was like that like women's have the right to study, women's have the right to live, women like can wear whatever they want, they can live however they want. But unfortunately, I was warned by the chair. He reminded me that I was Afghanistan. So what I'm saying now, that's totally against the country I was representing. So it didn't like make sense. So that's why you guys need to really like research your country's policies. If your country really support that thing, or is it completely against it? Yes, I guess that was like the final. That's the final point. So, does any one of you like have a question or have something that wasn't really clear?